Ripple and XRP just overcame their biggest challenge, and surprisingly, no one seems to be paying attention. In this video, I'll dive into a groundbreaking announcement that addresses one of the most significant hurdles in the cryptocurrency space. Cryptocurrencies and DLT technology are reshaping the financial world as we know it. Yet many still ask, why isn't everyone adopting it? When will mass adoption finally take off? Today, I'll unpack Ripple's game-changing strategy for driving widespread adoption. Tired of fake gurus who claim to be expert traders but never trade live? I trade live on the second largest crypto exchange, where everything is transparent and results can't be faked. For over 440 days, I've consistently closed every month in profit. In the last 90 days alone, my followers have earned over $34,000 in profits with only 4% drawdown. Verified results, not empty claims. Want to see my verified stats? Click the first link in my profile and start copying my trades for free today. And reveal why XRP is the linchpin of this bold vision. Don't miss it. Let's dive right in and address the biggest challenge crypto has faced so far. Here we have this groundbreaking technology, a complete game changer for the financial world. We're talking about upgrading from clunky, outdated 1960s systems to futuristic instant settlement digital infrastructure. A whole new way to move money, execute trades, and rebuild the creaky old legacy financial system. And yet, here's the burning question. If this technology is so revolutionary, why isn't it being widely adopted? Where's the usage? When will major institutions finally jump on board? People often point fingers, regulations, unclear rules, barriers that need to be cleared. Sure, those are valid concerns, but even with those hurdles, shouldn't we be seeing more progress? What's the spark that will finally ignite adoption? Here's the piece many are overlooking. Big financial institutions are notoriously resistant to change. Wall Street banks and traditional players are so bogged down by bureaucratic inertia, they can't even switch their video conferencing software from Skype to Zoom without years of debate and training sessions. If changing a single app is a Herculean task, imagine how hard it is to overhaul their entire financial plumbing. Change is scary, and for these giants, it's also painfully slow. Change isn't easy. Ripping out the old financial plumbing and replacing it with something new is no small task. It's a challenge every industry faces when the status quo is disrupted. Take Tesla, for example. How did a tiny startup outpace every major car manufacturer in electric vehicles in just a few years? The big automakers weren't ready. They didn't know how to build EVs, and doing so meant cannibalizing their profitable gas-powered car businesses. Their engineers and teams weren't equipped to pivot fast enough. Meanwhile, Tesla started fresh, unencumbered by the past, and redefined the future. We've seen this story play out in other industries too. Look at Robinhood. It flipped the traditional brokerage model on its head. 24-hour trading? Check. Crypto? Check. Sleek, user-friendly app? Absolutely. They gave people what they wanted while the legacy firms scrambled to catch up. Despite their deep pockets, those firms lacked the vision, the playbook, and the right infrastructure to adapt. The truth is, success isn't just about resources. It's about readiness, bold ideas, and the willingness to build an entirely different system when the old one no longer works. They didn't have the expertise to pull it off. Robinhood was a fintech disruptor, while the old-school legacy brokerages were stuck running on clunky, outdated systems. Catching up was like trying to race a sports car with a horse-drawn carriage. It just wasn't happening. Now, we're seeing the same story play out with cryptocurrencies. Big financial institutions know the future is headed toward digital assets, but integrating them, that's a whole different ballgame. Let's be real. They're likely going to get left in the dust. Sure, they'll eventually pivot. At some point, their business will shrink enough that they'll realize, we either adapt now or we're done. But what's missing is the spark to force their hand. Think about electric cars. What made every automaker suddenly say, we need to go electric? It wasn't just a trend, it was Tesla. Tesla proved the demand by selling millions of cars, forcing the entire industry to wake up and rethink their game. Without that kind of catalyst, change doesn't happen. What pushed giants like Charles Schwab and Fidelity to embrace 24-hour trading, even start listing cryptocurrencies? The answer's simple. Robinhood was stealing their thunder and their customers. Now the bigger question is, what will drive these financial powerhouses to upgrade their infrastructure? That's exactly where we are today, and it ties directly to Ripple and XRP. Let me explain. You've probably heard the buzz in the last few days. Ripple just acquired Hidden Road, but here's the kicker. Hidden Road now holds a broker-dealer license. Now, I get it. Broker-dealer license might sound like industry jargon, but trust me, this is massive. Why? because it enables Hidden Road to engage with almost any financial asset in the US. This isn't just about crypto anymore. We're talking about creating a full-service marketplace for nearly every asset you can imagine. And here's the game changer. Ripple now has access to this broker-dealer license. This transforms Ripple from a crypto-focused company into a powerhouse that can interact with any asset class out there. Stocks, bonds, derivatives, you name it. Ripple can play in that arena. So, let's circle back to the initial point. Ripple is no longer just dabbling in crypto. It's positioning itself as a major player in the broader financial ecosystem. What's the biggest problem with cryptocurrency today? Simple. Traditional players are stuck using outdated, clunky legacy systems. The major broker-dealers and marketplaces are all running on tech that should have been retired years ago. There's been no real competition to push for change. Until now. Ripple just flipped the script. They've not only become a broker-dealer, but built it on cutting-edge DLT distributed ledger technology. What does this mean? Ripple's vision of a revolutionary marketplace is coming to life, a new way to exchange value on open-source, decentralized tech, where trades settle instantly and transactions move at the speed of light. Here's the game changer. While traditional broker-dealers take 3 to 4 days to clear transactions, Ripple's XRP ledger completes them in 3 seconds. Think about it, going from days to seconds. Picture swapping assets or withdrawing money with near-instant results. The efficiency is mind-blowing, and the ripple effect on the global financial system is almost impossible to fully grasp. Ripple isn't asking others to change anymore. They've built the future themselves. For the first time, they hold all the cards, and the transformation of the world's financial architecture is now in motion. It's not easy to lead the pack, especially when there's no real competition pushing for change. But that's exactly what Ripple just became, the competition. Ripple just stepped into the room as the Robin Hood of finance, or maybe even the Tesla, shaking up the status quo. Now, the rest of the industry will have to scramble to catch up. Can they? That's the big question. Here's the thing. Ripple already has the transactional volume to back it up, and they've got the secret weapon, Hidden Road. This powerhouse handles a jaw-dropping $6 trillion annually. Take a moment to think about this. Hidden Road is no ordinary player. It's a prime broker, a one-stop shop for institutions to trade. It offers clearing, lending, and trade execution across foreign currencies, crypto derivatives, and even fixed income. In short, it merges traditional finance and crypto under one roof. This is the missing link the financial system needs for mass cryptocurrency adoption. Right now, traditional finance and crypto might as well be oil and water. They just don't mix. But the future demands a bridge to connect the old system with the new. That's why I said it best. The real bridge isn't just crypto, it's TradFi to DeFi, TradFi to DLT, the next great leap. Right now, we've got cutting-edge space-age technology at our fingertips. Cryptocurrency rails that enable instant settlement and lightning-fast clearing. But here's the catch. The quadrillions of dollars tied up in traditional assets are still stuck on outdated systems. No way to move them. No bridge to the future. Until now, what Ripple has created isn't just a solution, it's the solution. A groundbreaking bridge that transfers assets from the old financial system into the digital age. At its core, the XRP ledger, serving as the infrastructure for seamless clearing. This isn't just progress, it's the moment we've all been waiting for, the tipping point for mass adoption. It's the transformation of an entire financial ecosystem. Ripple isn't just keeping up, it's setting the pace. While others scramble to adapt, Ripple is miles ahead, armed with the infrastructure to redefine the game. And this isn't some lofty dream. It's happening now, with tangible, real-world impact. They just acquired a prime broker handling trillions in volume, and that volume is now heading straight to the XRP ledger. Ripple's competitors, they're left scrambling, stuck at a serious disadvantage without the infrastructure to keep up. This is what true disruption looks like. It's the tipping point where the rest of the market is forced to adapt, pivot, and fuel the mass adoption we've all been waiting for. It's not just about staying ahead, it's about reshaping the game entirely. To wrap this up, I want to leave you with a clip of Brad Garlinghouse from 2021, where he lays out Ripple's ultimate vision. And let me tell you, Ripple was never just about payments. It's always been about revolutionizing the financial system, rebuilding the global framework into a fully digital, future-proof structure. Listen closely. After everything we've explored today, this clip will tie it all together. It'll give you the big picture you've been waiting for. So first off, I appreciate the question being framed that way, Garlinghouse says. A lot of people still confuse Ripple with XRP. Ripple is the company, which I'm CEO of. XRP, on the other hand, is open-source technology involving a wide range of participants. Ripple cares about the XRP ecosystem, but many others do too. At its core, Ripple is the leading enterprise blockchain company, period. Full stop. Blockchain technology holds immense potential for enterprises, offering countless opportunities to streamline transactions and boost efficiency. The key lies in knowing how to engage effectively, how to sell, implement, and ensure customer success. We're just scratching the surface of what's possible. Ripple began its journey by tackling cross-border payments, partnering with financial institutions to revolutionize this space. Today, we've onboarded hundreds of financial institutions, processed millions of transactions, and moved billions of dollars. But Ripple's vision goes far beyond payments. We're building an enterprise blockchain ecosystem with diverse use cases. I was chatting with someone named Jose earlier about how Ripple is shaping this ecosystem, and the energy around it is electric. It reminds me of Amazon in 1997, back when it was Amazon Books, competing with the likes of Borders and Barnes & Noble. Ripple has come a long way, evolving into something far bigger than anyone could have imagined. Think of its first big step, cross-border payments, as the books of its journey, much like Amazon started with books. It wasn't just about moving money, it was a proof of concept, a way to show how revolutionary this technology could be. But that's just the beginning. Ripple aims to be the Amazon of crypto, building the financial infrastructure that banks and institutions need to thrive in a rapidly changing world. And at the heart of it all, the XRP ledger. When you step back, you see the bigger vision. The outdated rails of the financial system aren't just about payments, they need a complete overhaul. Ripple is the only company stepping up to modernize these systems for enterprises and financial institutions. At the core of this transformation is the XRP ledger, with XRP acting as the neutral, decentralized liquidity that keeps everything running smoothly. Ripple is setting the stage for a financial revolution, and it all comes back to this innovative foundation. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed the update.